Good morning. Welcome back. It's 8:43 now on Michigan This Morning, breaking down the heritage, folklore, and tradition of St. Patrick's Day. This morning, we have brought in expert David McDonald.
And McDonald releases his new collection of stories titled By the Horse of Guinness, which is a great title, by the way, later this year. Today, Jenny and Charles are live with the Irish storyteller and author inside the studio. Good morning.
Yeah, By the Horse of Guinness. Does it get any better than that? Actually, David, your first book, it's gathered quite a few awards, 3 different awards, but you travel all around the country, the state, telling what kind of stories?
I tell legends, I tell true stories, I tell old yarns around the country. I've told some of those in Ireland and several of our storytelling journeys.
Wow,
but,
what an honor.
It's fun. It's just fun. We're gypsies. We live in a car going festival to festival telling Irish stories.
Well, it's wonderful to have you here live with us in Cadillac this morning. But right now, you're about to take us back to the beginning of St. Patrick himself. So without further ado, I'm passing along the microphone.
All right. Well, I was actually going to remind people that today is Maewyn Succat Day. And as you all know, that this is Maewyn Succat Day. And Maewyn is a fascinating man. There's very little we know about him historically, but there are much written about Maewyn, and there's legend in Ireland about Maewyn galore. But I'm going to tell the long version of that story about Maewyn at the Senior Center in Traverse City this afternoon. But the short version is, Maewyn was a priest and a missionary, and he traveled around Ireland. And he baptized a lot of people. He ordained priests. He founded monasteries. He founded churches, dedicated cemeteries. And by the time Maewyn died in about the 5th century, virtually everyone in Ireland had accepted the Christian faith. Now, the language of the church at the time was Latin. Still is to a lesser extent, but it was Latin. Now, the Latin word for an honorable man, a noble man, as certainly Maewyn was, is patricius. And so Maewyn became to be known in the church as Patricius. Now, later he became a saint, and Patricius in English is Patrick. So he became known in Ireland and elsewhere in the world as St. Patrick, but originally met Maewyn. That's a good thing that he became known as Patrick, or else we'd be celebrating Maewyn Succat Day. And everyone across the world would be having Maewyn Succat parades today. Now in Ireland, Patrick is pronounced Padraig, spelled P-A-D-R-A-I-G. So in Ireland, it's usually referred to as St. Patrick, but for short, he's referred to as St. Paddy, P-A-D-D-Y. And in fact, there's some people in Ireland who will get offended if you refer to him as St. Paddy, P-A-T-T-Y. So that is why we celebrate St. Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and not St. Maewyn's Day. Thank you.
Who knew? Maewyn Succat? Did I get it right? Succat. Guys, it has been a beautiful St. Patrick's Day morning, but the celebrations are just getting started. We hope you get out there all across the north and celebrate this wonderful holiday. You can go ahead and pick up David's most recent book, your first book, available at Amazon, all the local bookstores, but his newest book, By Horse of Guinness, still later coming out this year. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
You'll get them both.
Get them both. We'll see you later on Michigan This Morning. Happy St. Patty with a D.
With a D. And now we know. That's so interesting to
Everyone's
me.
always told me, make sure you do it with the D, and I didn't know why.
Right, I don't understand.
Now you know
why. Michael Stevens, 8:47 on our St. Paddy's Day.
St. Pat Day.
No. Patrick
No, St.
or
Pat.
Paddy?
What about if you just cut it in half?
I
Is
don't
it
think
St.
so.
Pad?
I'm going to
or
go with
St.
the
Pat?
expert.
Yeah.
Paddy.
We've got the expert right on the hallway. You can ask him after weather.
Right, there's Patty and Patrick, but what about Pat? Cutting it in half. Do you guys?